Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
All right, Adam.
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
Crazy as usual, but excited for today's topic.
Oh, yes. Today's topic is, what should I do if I get a bad Google review?
I don't have any experience with that.
Until today.
No.
Just kidding. There are some steps that I recommend that you go through. So these technically don't have to do with SEO, but they do have to do with the click-through rate for your business. So when somebody sees that the star rating next to your business's name on Google, you know, the best is to have 5 complete stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, you know, crazy people come. And if you're one of the good business owners who's listening to this podcast, then, hey, you're one who cares. So we want to help you. So we can help you succeed a little. And so that's why today I thought we should go over this one.
Well, yeah, I would ask, why are Google reviews even important?
Well, because basically once you're in that Google 3-pack, right, that the top 3 businesses, whenever you look for a service, they have those stars next to them. And who are you going to contact, right? The company with a 1-star, 1 5-star review, or the company with 85-star reviews. It becomes a no-brainer choice. So that click-through rate, that contact rate just goes through the roof. We go through this with clients all the time where they're like, oh, we have the same amount as our competitors or about the same. And they don't see a lot of calls, or they see a few calls. Once we get them at double or triple their competitors, then they start going, oh yeah, now I see, because they do become the no-brainer choice. That's awesome. That's why.
Well, that makes a lot more sense than I hear all the time. Yeah, we don't even look at that stuff.
That's weird. Mm-hmm. Most people do. It also does have a ranking factor. So it is one of the 200 plus ranking factors for local results to get into that Google 3-pack. But it's just one of many, 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 many. So you want to make sure that you do have double, triple the amount of Google reviews as your competitors, that there are as many 5 stars as possible. And of course that you're responding to all of them. So what do you think the first thing is if you wake up and you get that message, well, you got a 1-star review?
First call is to my attorney, who sends him a threatening letter and then, anyway, no, go ahead.
Strongly worded email.
Strongly
hey, Bubba.
Worded.
Hey, you. Hey, Bob.
What's the deal? And if you don't take it down, we'll be suing you for defamation.
All right. Well, good luck with that, because Google doesn't care who writes the review. You can write it, you can say that the review is from, Ronald McDonald. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to use your real name is my point. First thing you want to do is take a deep breath. Don't panic. Okay. Don't sit down and write a response out right away. Think about it.
It's not good to fly off a handle at your customer.
No.
I've seen those. It's hilarious.
I've seen those too. And then you start going, okay, now we know what kind of business owner that is. So you want to realize that people do read the review responses almost as important as the review itself. So this is on Yelp and on Google, of course. So you want to respond to those reviews. Kind of imagine you're a Vulcan. Remove all passion, emotion from your response. Write it out. Thank the person for writing the review. Thank them for their, it can get difficult. It can be difficult to receive constructive criticism like yours. That kind of response. So what you're doing is 2 things. You're responding to that reviewer, but the other thing is you're signaling to future customers you are a normal business owner. Okay. So don't get into the weeds. Don't have a long explanation. Nobody's going to read. Just say, thank you. We value every, all the constructive criticism like yours that we receive because it gives us a chance to improve our customer service and do even better. Okay. So if that's a real review for your business, you have to take it seriously, right? So once you write that response, internally you have to check with your staff, make sure that what happened never happens again, respond internally to make sure that problem's taken care of. Because if that person was that mad that they wrote a 1-star review for you, then hey, maybe others have experienced the same thing and it's a great chance for you to improve your business. So that's what the Stoics say, if you get criticized, you internalize and then you change. That's okay.
Well, and we discuss all the time. It does no good to engage crazy.
Right. Definitely. Yes. So you give them that one response and then that's it. The next thing you want to do, if you know who that person is, contact them offline, right? No more written communications with them.
That makes sense.
You give them one phone call if you can and say, hey, Jamie, we saw your review. We're really sorry about whatever happened. Is there anything we can do to make it up to you? Because that's what we're committed to. Our company, it's driven by our reputation and we keep that, that's super important. So whatever we can do to, make you happy, we're willing to do. Now, of course, that's within reason. So if they say we want free everything and I want to join the next Virgin Atlantic flight into space and you're paying, you can just say, okay, thank you, I'm sorry, and then hang up. But what you want to do is during that phone call, if you can convince them, right? If they're amenable, you've handled their complaint, make sure that you have them on the phone while they take off that review. Because the next time, if you have to call them back after making everything good, a lot of times they don't take off that review and now you're stuck. You're stuck making another phone call to, a semi-crazy person. So if you can get them on the phone, walk them through how to delete their review or edit their review. That's the best way, right?
Yeah. That's if you can have them take it down.
Right. So now, if the review is fake, right?
Or competitor, or ex-employee,
or an angry person down the street who found your business online, who saw you.
We've had those.
Yeah, who saw your dog pooping on his lawn or whatever.
That's father-in-law, not me.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So the first thing you want to do in that case is definitely respond just like you would normally. Then you're going to log into your Google My Business listing, hover over that review, and then click on Flag Review. So what then happens is another pop-up will show up. Google will say, will ask you, they'll give you some options to flag that review. And then, so one of them, not relevant to this place, conflict of interest, offensive or sexually explicit, or privacy concern, or a legal issue. So
Racial.
any of those, that could be, any of those things. So Google doesn't have racial part. I think Yelp does. But anyway, click on one of those. Understand that when you report that review, it goes into a giant circular file that just spins forever.
Got it.
Google says they take this very importantly. They take this very important.
Just like all the spoof emails that you get all the time.
Yeah. So they say we use automated spam detection measures to remove reviews that are probably spam. Anyway. So that's the step you should do. You got to go through that step. Then we'll put this link on the show notes so you can follow it. But the next thing I want you to do is go to your Google My Business dashboard. Look on the left of your dashboard. You'll see support. Click on that support button, and then your main focus is you want to get the contact email or email support. You want that option to come up. So you can type in fake review and then other, because Google is obviously trying to shuffle you off into their help screens, not into actually giving them or their people work. So once you see that email support button, click on that bad boy, fill out that form. It's pretty long and it's pretty involved, but what that does, it basically gets you into their system and into a higher level person who will respond. So you'll get an email back saying, we've received this, and then you should follow up with that email as many times as over the next week or 2 or 3 that it takes for them to respond.
So this is your new full-time job, is what you're saying?
Well, if this review is really I do talk to owners, Jamie, who, they fall asleep at night wanting to throttle that person who dared. That's how important your reputation is, right?
And that's great. Yeah, that's really great that they are that interested and they value their reputation that much. I mean, you definitely want to do business with a company like that.
Well, emotionally, it's very draining on that owner. So yes, if you want to have somebody in your staff do that, then go for it. If you want to have an agency do it, we do it all the time too. So the next thing, if you don't get any kind of good response, you can tweet them at Google Small Biz, say the whole thing. So when you do that, it goes to another support team so that they could address this issue. Then lastly, this is a big one, is if this pertains to a legal issue. So that means you have a lawsuit going on with whoever left that review. You can go to report content for legal reasons on Google. You can search for that. We'll also put the link in there for that, in the show notes for that. And then you fill out that form. That is definitely a more serious, report. They take it a little more seriously. I'm sure all of these measures have worked for us in the past.
So if you have an attorney, you can have the attorney write a letter to that client, assuming you can identify them. Yeah, and then flag it for legal.
Yeah, and you can also go through Google's way, which is flag it like that. Go through that process. Each one of these they do have the potential of working. They don't always work, obviously. So take this as a chance to get even more reviews, more positive 5-star reviews. Push that 1-star down. Take a deep breath and realize that, pretty much every business gets a 1-star review sometime in their business life. Understand that and realize that it's not a personal attack. It's most likely a crazy person. So,
Or, it's like you said before, this is my first, going to the restaurant, food was great, service was great, loved it, can't wait to go back, 3 stars.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Or now it's even worse than that with DoorDash. The food came late, 1 star. It was delicious, 1 star. So, what do you do then? Nothing. So with those, if it's like that, then there is it's a conflict. It's not relevant to this place. You can click on that one.
Yep.
So these are Google does try to give us some avenue. We have in my agency's experience, we've used all of these, and all of them have worked at one time or another. We definitely have had ones that haven't worked. And then you're just stuck with, okay, now we have to move on. We've done everything we can. Move on. Okay?
Yep.
That's all we got. That's all I got for today.
All right. Well, that was a really good and useful podcast.
Woo! As always.
Oh, I was going to say for a change. Yeah. Anyway, so please make sure, if you like this podcast, please make sure to rate and review it. Make sure to share it with another business owner. If you know someone that absolutely detests Yelp or detests Google and hate, or say, oh yeah, we don't even pay attention to those. They definitely pay attention because it can affect their business for years. These reviews never go away unless you take an active role. So definitely share this out. And if you're in a chamber of commerce, please share this out and turn everyone on to this podcast. It's all information they need.
Great. Good one, Jamie.
Talk to you next week.
Bye, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.